ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। We are going to see the last 4 verses of this 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Geetā. The last verse we saw, 26, namely, had Sri Krishna saying, I know what is by God, what is the present, and what will come in the future also. Atitani, samatitani, vartamanani, bhavishyani cha aham veda, mam tu vedana kaschan. I know it all, but nobody knows me. This bhavishyani, vartamanani, and bhutani are taken as adjectives to bhutani, living beings who came and went, who are presently on the earth, and who will come in future. I know it all. This omniscience of Sri Krishna makes him Bhagavan. He is the Supreme Lord. And Shankaracharya writes, Yataha evam, since Bhagavan is above all Maya, Veda jane samatitani sam atikrantani bhutani. Kings and queens came and went, ordinary people also came and went. Sri Krishna claims he knows all of it. The past, present, and the future are as though laid bare before him. He can look at it anytime, taking no time. Instantly, he knows it. In his creation itself, there are once in a while boys and girls, men and women who have astounding knowledge. Their memory and their abilities shock us. They are unbelievable. And God is the creator of all of them. Though to us it may look impossible. How can one know what has not yet happened? But what has not yet happened is all in the plan, and who can come in the way of God's plan? Man proposes, God disposes, goes the saying. It is never the other way around. Never imagine God proposes something and man comes and disposes it. Impossible. That is why God is God, man is man. Bhavishyani cha bhutani cha, bhavishyani cha bhutani veda ham. Mam tu vedana kaschan. And he added, we saw this last, Mad bhaktam mat sharanam ekam muktva. Mat sharanam, one who has taken refuge in me. If I say sandhi, it becomes mat charanam, the Mahaprana. Someone may hastily read and mistake it as my feet, charana. That would be Matcharana with both cha being Alpaprana. Here Matcharana. The second is Mahaprana. That is split only as Matsharanam. Except a devotee who has completely surrendered to me, nobody knows me. Alas, in this world caught in the grip of Maya, nobody is eager to know God. They have so many other things which they want. Mattattva vedana abhavadeva namam bhajate. This explains why nobody worships God with sincerity. They don't know the greatness of God. Therefore, they put very wisely, know God, K-N-O-W, then no peace. You will know what peace is, K-N-O-W, peace. And if you say no God, N-O, no God, there is no God, then there is no peace. After this, Sri Krishna brings the discourse to a close, making some statements where there is again a call for devotion to God rising above the hands of Maya. Ichha dvesha samuthena dvandvamohena bharata sarvabhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapa. Connecting this shloka, Sri Shankaracharya writes, Kena punaha mattattva vedana pratibandhena pratibadhani santi jayamanani sarvabhutani mam na vidanti. Millions and trillions, billions of living beings have come and gone, are being born. All these living beings, especially human beings, who have, in a way, a great intellect, how come they do not know? Why? Kena punaha? For what other reason? Mattattva vedana pratibandhena pratibadhani. They are obstructed. What are the obstructions here in matter of knowing the truth of God? Kena punaha. What is the pratibandha? Obstruction. Iti apekshayam idam aha. Sri Krishna says this when there is this question arising. Apeksha. One desires to know, one wants to know what is blocking us. There it was said in the 27th, all of us, even at the time of birth, have in us, maybe not manifest, but it is there inside us, Ichha and Dvesha, the pairs of opposites. From those desire and dislike, Samutha arise various other pairs of opposites. If I desire something, I want it. I already have it, I want to keep it. Somebody takes it away from me, I get angry. So one factor called desire leads to a number of other products, side products. Samutha, rising from desire. So is the case with Dvesha. Samutha, Uttishtati, it rises. Samyag Uttishtati, it rises without you are being able to do anything. Hey Bharata, oh one born in the lineage of King Bharata, all living beings get deluded right at the time of, you may say Sarga is creation, or you may say Sarga is at the time of birth. Parantapa, Sri Krishna praises Arjuna, calling him Parantapa. Parantapa means one who scorches one's enemies. Paran tapayati iti parantapa. Shankaracharya explains, Ichchata dveshascha, Ichcha dveshau, tabhyam samuttishtati. Whatever rises, the pair, dvandva moha, put in singular grammatically, has two components in it. Dvandva means there are pairs. Ichchadvesha samuttaha, dvandva mohena, dvandva nimittaha moha. Moha, which is of two kinds, one explanation. Moha, which comes from the two which are everywhere. If there was just one, there would be no delusion. Because there are two, the mind swings, mind oscillates, mind gets very confused which to take and which to leave. तौ एव इच्छाद्वेषौ शीतोष्णवः परस्पर विरुद्धौ सुख दुःख तद्धेतु विषयौ. So these likes and dislikes, like cold and heat, are opposed to each other, and they have pleasure and pain, happiness and sorrow, are the causes of happiness and sorrow as their content, as their inside, what is in them, what is stored, what is in store for you if you have likes and dislikes is sukha and dukkha. यथा कालं सर्वभूतैः संबध्यमानो द्वन्द्व शब्देन अभिधीयेते. Because there are two, abhidhiyete. If there were one, abhidhiyate. Jayate, jayete, jayante. Sanskrit has what is called dual number. Singular, plural, all languages have. But there is a dual. These ichcha and dvesha will lead to dvandva. And that dvandva gives rise to moha. Tatra yada ichcha dveshau sukadek dukkha tad hetu sampraptya labdhatmako bhavata. So meeting with pleasure and pain, or meeting with causes of happiness and sorrow, these likes and dislikes get into the field. Labdhatmako. They find themselves as players now, otherwise as though they were at a distance watching. Now, labdhatmakau. You went to play football. You were a football player at one time. Today you went on this Sunday. But then some people recognized you and pulled you, and you also became a player. Labdhatmakau. This Ichcha and Dvesha enter into the fray. Tada tau. There's a powerful sentence in Shankara Bhāshya now. These likes and dislikes, sarvabhutanam prajnayaha swavasha apadanadvarena. All living beings, really speaking, have certain intelligence in them. But when likes and dislikes arise, these likes and dislikes, desire and hatred, make that intelligence to come under their control. Swavasha apadana dvarena. A moment ago, that intelligence was in your hands. Now, these likes and dislikes kidnap that intelligence. Dhritajnanaha, dhrita vivekaha, apahrita vivekaha. Such words are used in various Vedanta works. Apahrita viveka, people whose viveka is stolen. What can you do? When you have a precious instrument, but it is stolen by somebody, you are helpless. Mobile gone, laptop stolen, or your car is gone. You parked it at a busy marketplace and bought a lot of things happily, something to celebrate, and with all of them, you are coming back to the parking lot. Your car is missing. What will you do? Like that, it is said here, Swavasha apadanadvarena. This desire and dislike make your intelligence come under their control. You don't have intelligence with you now. What happens then? Paramartha Atmatattva Vishaya Jnana Utpatti Pratibandhakar. Once your intelligence is dropped, then this Jnana Utpatti, the arising of wisdom, is blocked. Moham janayata. These two, likes and dislikes, give rise to delusion. Nahi इच्छा द्वेष वशीकृत चित्तस्य यथाभूतार्थ विषय विज्ञानम और विषय ज्ञानम उत्पद्यते बहिरपि. When certain selfish desires, selfish dislikes envelop us, overpower us, Shankaracharya says, with so much of knowledge of the world, Bahirapi, even in mundane matters, in matters related to buying, selling, occupying some land, making friends with certain people, Bahihi, outside. Bahirapi, Yathabhutartha Vishayajnanam, na utpadyate. Right knowledge doesn't take place. What to talk about spiritual matters which are 100 times subtler. What is dharma? What is adharma? What is kartavya? What is not kartavya? Kimu vaktavyam tabhyam avishta buddhehe sammudasya. Somebody deluded like this. Somebody whose buddhi is avishta, is overpowered by likes and dislikes. What to talk about him or her? Pratyagatmani bahu pratibandhe jnanam na utpadyate. Is it necessary to say that the right understanding will not arise in him or her who is overpowered by personal likes and dislikes? Therefore, objectivity to see things as they are is of great importance in the outer world as in spirituality. Spirituality, it is more required. Ataha tena ichha dvesha samuktena dvandva mohena bharata. Bharata means Bharata Anvaya Ja. Ja, born into Anvaya, the lineage of King Bharata. Long back in the background of Pandavas and Kauravas, there was King Bharata, and that's how this country is known, Bharata. It's known as Bharata. The country ruled long ago by Bharata. Bharatanvayaja sarvabhutani sammohitani santi. Sammoham sammudatam sarge janmani. Therefore, a lot of people say all children are born equal. That's not at all true. Of course, in the first 2 or 3 years, all children are innocent, they are naive, they don't know, they don't have much memory. If you had beaten a child yesterday, today the child comes to you with absolutely no memory of it. They look so saintly, so pious, all that. But it's not that they don't have their baggage. It's not true that their baggage begins in this life. They have baggage from past lives. Therefore, janmani, sarge, utpatti kale ityata. Yanti, gachanti. So, within a little while, they come under the influence of whatever they have carried forth, brought forth from their past. Hey Parantapa, we gave the meaning already of Parantapa. Mohavashani eva sarvabhutani jayamanani jayante ityabhipraya. Jayamanani, those who are being born, are born already under the control of moha, delusion. Yatha evam ataha tena dvandva mohena pratibadda pradnanani sarvabhutani sammohitani mam atmabhutam na jananti. So the explanation is complete now. It is thus that as their viveka, discrimination is obstructed, veiled by all these likes and dislikes, they don't know God. Even if they listen to 1,000 discourses, they fail to appreciate, understand the Mahima, the glory of God. Ataeva Atma Bhavena Mam na bhajante. Shankaracharya puts in that Advaita spirit. They don't rise to that height where they know God and they know their own true nature as no different from God. God and man are one on the highest plane. In this way, Sri Krishna explains in some detail, really speaking, how you and I are caught in worldliness. But before going to the last topic of the last two verses, now in the 28th, Bhagavan Sri Krishna talks about those who are out of Maya. The out of Maya, that is, who have escaped, who have come out. Acharya Shankara connects. Ke punaha anena dvandva mohen nirmukta santaha. Who are those people who, liberated from the grip of these pairs of opposites, Tvam viditva, come to know you, yata shastram atma bhavena bhajante. Then knowing how they do not just belong to God, but they are inseparable from God. Essentially, they are one with God, atma bhavena. Ke bhajante, yata shastram. Iti apekshitam darshayitum uchyate. And this verse thus is a ray of hope for all of us. No matter how much we were unwise in living our life, now it is said, Yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmuktaha bhajante mam dridhavrataha. This verse is very significant. In millions of our problems, the solution lies in verses like this. All we need to do is, as the last part of the shloka goes, bhajante mam dridhavrata. Put in more time, put in more energy, invest more in lovingly remembering God. Don't say the waves of the ocean have to subside, then I will take bath in the sea. The ocean will have waves. You take bath at a safe place and come out. Likewise, don't say, right now I have a very impure mind. When I have a fairly pure mind, I will begin spirituality. Begin spirituality here and now without any delay. Hold God. Then what you are presently holding will let you go. Without your holding God, none of your bad habits will go. None of your bad ways go. None of the internal enemies like laziness, lust, greed, jealousy, etc. will go. Please don't make the mistake of thinking, I am not fit enough for spiritual practices. More unfit you think you are, more urgent is the need for getting into real spiritual sadhana. Then we become such people whose papa, whose sin of the past, antagatam, comes to an end. Comes to an end. Yesham tu antagatam papam. They are punya karmana. They are the ones who have done so much of meritorious work. Of such people or to such people, there will be no bondage. Te dvandva moha nirmuktaha. Earlier we talked about dvandva moha pratibaddhaha. Those who were obstructed in their spiritual progress by pairs of opposites and the delusion caused by the pairs of opposites. Now we are talking about not pratibaddhaha or baddhaha, but nirmuktaha. Dvandva does not affect them. Bhajante mam dradhavrataha. If you see a certain steadiness, certain regularity, if you see there certain stamina in them, they do japa, tapa, meditation, How come they are able to do for hours and hours? The reason is they have let go of their false outlooks. Shankaracharya says, Yesham tu punaha antagatam samapta prayam. Antagatam doesn't have to be taken as 100%, samapta prayam, as though almost totally cleansed. When you add the word praya, it means almost. Kshinam papam jananam punya karmana punyam karma sattva shuddhi karanam vidyate. Whenever you and I feel I am not up to the mark, I have this depression, I have bouts of loneliness, I have this problem, I have that problem. Alas, when you feel low, read this sentence. Punyam karma sattva shuddhi karanam vidyate. Do some meritorious work, outside or inside. Outside, help somebody. This morning there was a video clip that came to me. It said or it showed on Sardarji. It could be anybody for that matter. He celebrates his birthday in a very different way. He is walking early morning on the streets, or maybe not early morning. The lights were on in the evening. The evening, that's his birthday. In the evening, he goes around. A lot of people at the marketplace, and a poor woman is selling balloons. He asks her very lovingly, how many balloons have you sold from the morning? She said, hardly any. Nobody seems to be coming towards me. Sardarji says, okay, I will celebrate my birthday in a new way. Rather than eating, drinking, and making merry, he buys two balloons, 100 rupees each, because it's some special kind of balloon. He buys two of them. We think while watching the video, okay, that is his gesture. There the matter ends. No. He then goes to people, so many people are around there. He says, I make a request to you. What? I'm giving you 100 rupees. With the 100 rupees that I give you, don't, without telling her, go to that woman standing there and buy a balloon. He does that to some 25 people. And all of them are a bit amused, and some of them don't need a balloon. But Sardarji is so persuasive. He says, this is important for me, please help me. All right. So they take his money and they go by. That lady cannot understand. The lady is perplexed. Well, that Sardar came and bought two balloons from me, and the whole town is going. So within an hour or so, all the balloons she had in her stock are sold out. At the end, as though not knowing anything at all, Sardarji comes there again and says, oh, what happened? Where did your balloons go? She says, I don't know. Suddenly, so many people came and sold or bought all my balloons. That is also Punya Karma. Going to temples, going on a pilgrimage. There are hundreds of Punya Karmas. But Punya Karma is sitting inside also. Rather than putting your feet up and watching some television, some program, do that a little. We don't say you should never do it. But say, I want to do some Punya Karma. Kayena Vacha Manasa. Want to involve the body? Do a nice puja. Set up your puja altar and in a simple or elaborate way, depending on your knowledge, perform a puja. That is Punya Karma. Vacha, sit down and do some chanting. Or you may listen to chanting if you say, I don't know chanting. Nowadays, every morning, as I move to a new place in Mumbai, every morning at about 8:45, it will start in another 10-15 minutes. I hear so many stotras quite loudly. So some young lady opposite me, other flat. She not only turns on all kinds of, mainly Shiva bhajans, Shiva stotras, some Daridya, Dukkha Vinashana stotra and so on. That comes every day. And I don't know why she does that. At that time, once or twice I looked, who is this? Opened my door and who is it with? Nobody is there. But the door is open with the other kind of door with only bars. So wind can pass, air can pass. Loudly she puts it. In fact, I must tell you, last Sunday I had a a little satsang nearby. And that morning this was going on very loudly. Some Shiva Stotra, an old man's voice. I really thought there's an old man there. I thought, let me know who this old man is. He seems to be a Shiva Bhakta. I will take this old man to the satsang today nearby. I thought of. Then I looked out. There's nobody there in the hall. But it was a day or two later that I found that there was no old man or no old lady. I don't know. It looks like there is just one middle-aged young lady, and she plays that. And we met her at a lift one day. Then we asked her. So we hear chanting. I play CD. I feel good. That is also Punya Karma. Vachika or Shravika. You hear. Or Manasa. If you are very advanced, not uttering a word, not doing anything physically, sit quietly and think of God or conduct who am I inquiry. Take a break every hour or two and spend 5 minutes. Who finally am I? Who am I? Do I have to become anything? Do I have to be afraid of becoming anything? Some people are afraid of getting old and older. Already 63. Oh, very soon I will be 70. They are afraid. What will happen? Who will take care of me? Who am I inquiring? Who gets old? This body. Who is afraid? I. What is this I? Who is this I? Am I really that I? In this way, when you ask, that is punya karma. Do punya karma, all your papa goes away. Kshinam papam jananam punya karmanam. Punyam karma sattva shuddhi karanam vidyate. Yesham te punya karmanaha. Those who have done a lot and are doing a lot of punya karma, they become free from dvandva moha. यथोक्तेन द्वन्द्वमोहेन निर्मुक्ताः भजन्ते मां परमात्मानं दृढव्रताः. And such stability, such steadiness. Again, somebody may say, that is my problem. I do all this, but no steadiness. One day I do, 5 days I miss. Oh, my dear, do it whenever you are able to do. Doing it once a week will give you the strength to do it twice a week. Don't slip down. Whatever good things you have been doing, keep it up. Don't say, I used to read Vedanta. Nowadays, I don't find time. What nonsense. Can you not find 10 minutes a day somewhere? As a break, as in between two pieces of work, have a 10 minutes break and read Vedanta. That 10 minutes will grow. If you do it twice a week, it will become thrice a week because you begin to enjoy it. Therefore, Paramatmanam Dridhavrataha. Every Dridhavrata at one time was Chanchala Vrata. His Vrata was unsteady. Every saint has a past. Every sinner a future. Therefore, don't label yourself, don't judge yourself, I am no good. All good people were at one time like you. So you can grow to be a good person. एवमेव परमार्थतत्त्वं न अन्यथा इत्येवं सर्वपरित्यागव्रतेन निश्चितविज्ञानाः दृढव्रताः उच्यन्ते. Those who know this is Paramartha, evamev, it is this. They have such clarity. They gain great clarity. More the clarity, more stable you will be in your pursuit. Otherwise, why you slip and again is your clarity is gone about priorities, about what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. If you are very clear what is the way ahead for you, if you are very clear what are the things which are a waste of time for you, why would you do those wasteful things? Therefore, the Jnana Marga especially, the Jnana Marga, the path of knowledge, the path of wisdom, emphasizes on gaining clarity by studying, by discussing, by asking your teacher, and so on. Dradavrataha bhajante. It is said in the shloka, in the previous shloka, which we saw just now. Shankaracharya also said, Sarva parityaga vratena. The word vrata is explained by Sri Shankaracharya in his typical way. He always visualizes sannyasa. For even those who are very attached to things of the world today will one day mature, one day graduate, and they will take sannyas, if not outwardly, inwardly. No one can hold on to things of the world forever. At some time, one lets go. Lets go of things of the world and stays as the pure self. In the last two verses, in the publication I use for these classes, the last two are put together. I will also recite them together. First of all, Adi Shankara connects us to the last two verses of this chapter. Te kimartham bhajante. These almost enlightened people, right? The earlier shloka had said, samapta prayam. Their papam is almost samapta, completed, finished, almost finished. Samapta prayam papam yesham. They are talked about. Why do these people worship God? Kimartam te bhajante. The verses go, Jara marana mokshaya mamashritya yatanti ye te brahma tadvidu kritsnam adhyatmam karma chakhilam sadhibhutadi daivam ham sadhiyajnam cha ye viduhu प्रयाणकालेऽपि च माम् ते विदुर्युक्तचेतसः. Sri Krishna is very clever. While he completes the discourse, he actually sows the seeds for certain questions to arise in Arjuna's mind. And no wonder the next, namely the 8th chapter, begins with 7 questions from Arjuna. Kim tat karma, kim adhyatmam, and so on. Adibhutam cha kim proktam, adiyajnaha kaha kotra, dehesmin madhusudana, prayanakale, katam neyosi. What is karma? What is adibhuta? What is adhyatma? And out of the 7 questions, the last one is, when our time to go approaches, we are about to die, what is the way to ensure we come and reach you, we come to your feet? For those questions of Arjuna with which the 8th chapter begins, the seeds are sown here. Jara marana mokshaya, those very, very pure-hearted souls who at one time had made all conceivable mistakes, but of late they are living a very clean life. They try for moksha, liberation from birth, growing up, old age, jara, and marana. And they know as they advance, they know where they want to go, where they are eager to go. They know Brahma and they know Kritsnam Adhyatmam. They know what is inside us. Adhyatma is something inside. Adidaiva and Adibhuta are outside. You know, Adibhautika, Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika. These are areas, zones, domains. So, Kim Brahma, Kim Adhyatman, Kim Karma, these questions will arise. Then Sa Adhibhutam, Sa Adhidaivam Mam, Sa Adhyadnam Chayev. These people, as they advance, they have wonderful insights. They know God, who is presiding over every living being, God, who is present in all the yajna, yaga, and so on. Thus, Sri Krishna describes himself, I am someone with Adhibhuta. Adhibhuta is in every living being. Adhyatma is inside them, in their own heart. Adhyajna, where many people get together, light up fire, and do a certain ritual, or in a broader sense, any collective endeavor for a noble cause. And seventh question will be, how are we to know God at the time of dying? And Sri Krishna talks about it in this verse, which then elicits a question from Arjuna. Prayana kale mam te viduhu yukta chetasa. These rare few among the billions and billions of humanity, they know. They rise to a certain maturity where they know how to think of God, how to hold God even at that time of death. In this way, they are praised by Sri Krishna as Yukta Chetasa. They are such whose minds, Chetas here means mind, their mind is Yukta, well united, integrated. It's more some technical terms sprinkled before Arjuna, and Arjuna asks and detailed answer will be given in the next chapter. But since these words have come here quickly, we may say, Shankara Bhāshya, it is clarified. Jaramaranayoho mokshartham. For moksha from Jara and Marana, old age and death. Mam Parameshwaram Ashrit. Taking refuge in the Supreme God. Mat Samahita Chitta. Their mind is fully absorbed in God. Yatanti, Prayatante. Those who strive, those who put in effort. They know Brahma. Insights into Supreme Brahman arise in them. They know the Kritsnam Adhyatma, entire spiritual wisdom. It's a science. They know it now. Pratyagatma Vishayam Vastu, the inner truth. And Karma Cha Akhilam. Samasta Karma, all karma. What first of all is karma, then Punya Karma, Papa Karma, Nitya Karma, Naimitya Karma, Vihita Karma, Nishiddha Karma. All of them know. They know. And Sa Adibhuta Adidaivam, Adibhutam Cha Adidaivam Cha. So Shankara does not explain them here because it's coming up in the next chapter. So he just says Adibhuta means along with Adibhuta. Sadidaiva means along with Adidaiva. He just explains how the Sa and the word imply along with. सः अधिभूतादिदैवेन वर्तते इति साधिभूतादिदैवं च मां ये विदुः. साधियज्ञं सः अधियज्ञेन. सः, like Ramaha vanam gacchati, Salakshmanaha, if you say. Sasitaha, if you say. So with Lakshmana he becomes Salakshmana. With Sita he becomes Sasitaha. Adjective to Rama. So Prayana Kale means Marana Kale. Prayana is not from Delhi to Mathura. It is not from Hyderabad to Vijayawada. It is leaving one body and going to take another body. That is Marana Kala. Yukta Chetasaha, Samahita Chitta, those who have brought their thoughts together, gained a degree of concentration. What do? It is they who meditate bhajante incessantly. We will also see the details of Adibhuta, Adidaiva, Adhyatma, Karma, Brahma, and Prayana Kale, Gamanam. All this we will see in the 8th chapter. Here ends the 7th chapter. Jnana Vijnana Yogo Nama Saptamodhyaya Atra Samapyate. Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudeva. We will not have the next class, that is Tuesday evening next week, 20th. The next week is going to be in the West it is 20th. In India, 21st Wednesday, there will be no class. So the next class in the West will be Tuesday evening 27th. And in India will be Wednesday morning 28th. So just one Wednesday will miss because a whole bunch of us are going to Varanasi for a spiritual camp on Bhagavad Geetā and Kathopanishad. There the schedule and various other factors will make it difficult to hold the online class. That's where we have suspended next week's Gita class. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.